Yeah, up, how's YouTube? How's it going, everybody? Got for y'all today a really good Wi-Fi battle. Actually, I had this at my most recent stream. Some of you guys might actually remember this battle. It really came down to the wire. And I know you see the Terrakion, the Kieran Black, and the Genesect. First off, I want to give a big thanks to John Origins for passing me his Zekrom and Kieran so I could get my own Kieran Black. I'll leave his channel link down in the description. He does upload battles. Also, I haven't uploaded in the past 3 days because I've been really busy with personal life. Also, no more daily uploads because I am actually going to be starting school on Wednesday. I only have to take 2 classes, but still that is going to take up a majority or a good amount of my time because I got to focus on that. So yeah, just going to be uploading every other day or every 2 days from now on. Or maybe if I can, I'll try to upload daily, but most likely every other day or every 2 days, which I'm sure none of you are really too upset about. But anyways, looking at team preview, looking at my opponent's team, the biggest threat I saw was going to be Mega Lucario, just because if it does turn out to be Nasty Plot with a Vacuum Wave, it could really just sweep through my team. But seeing that he had a Fortress on his team, I knew that my best lead would be my Smeargle, because I can get on my Sticky Web and my Gengar should be able to prevent the Fortress from spinning away my Sticky Web. So I'm going to be leading off with my Smeargle, as he actually ends up leading off with his Darmanitan. He is just going to go straight for the U-turn, and I really wanted to go straight for the Spore, but I was kind of worried that the Salamence might have the Lumberry or the Fortress could have Overcoat, so I decided just to go for the safe Sticky Web as he ends up going for the Fire Blast. I was actually very close to switching into my Genesect. Good thing I did not, as he knocks me out. I'm thinking that maybe he's Choice Scarf, so I'm going to bring in my Terrakion, and I'm going to take this opportunity to go for a substitute, predicting him to want to switch out, fearing my Stone Edge. As he brings in the Jellicent, I know that I should be able to easily get up a Swords Dance and then knock him out with the +2 stab Stone Edge. So I do go for the SD, as he actually ends up going for the Taunt, I guess just trying to prevent me from setting up any further. But I thought this was a really bad misplay on his part, because instead of breaking my sub, he wanted to taunt me, and now I'm in the mindset that this will easily knock out Jellicent. No, that only did about 90%, which just really baffled me, because I'm a Terrakion. +2, stabbed, Stone Edge. This is a Jellicent. Even if it's physically defensive, it should not take this hit, but it took it. And above that, I missed my next Stone Edge. He hits me with a Scald. Thankfully for me, he does not burn me, which means I still have a chance to at least get rid of this Jellicent and still possibly save my Terrakion for death fodder, or to close combat that Porygon 2, as I managed to hit the second Stone Edge. I get rid of Jellicent, and you would think at this point that I can just sweep through his team, right? No, he has his Mega Lucario, and normally Mega Lucario run Bullet Punch, E-Speed, or Vacuum Wave as a priority move, depending if they're physical or special. So I'm just going to stay in just to fodder off my Terrakion, because nothing on my team wants to take any hit from this Mega Lucario. But he told me that he actually over-predicted and predicted me to bring in my Gengar, predicting him to go for the close combat Vacuum Wave or Aura Sphere. Actually, I never really found out if it was physical or special, but that was just a really bad misplay on his part, because now I still have my Gengar and I have my Terrakion to save for later in the battle, and I just got rid of his biggest threat. So he ends up bringing in the Fortress, and to prevent him from spinning away my Sticky Web, I'm just going to switch into my Gengar, as he does end up going for the safe Rapid Spin, and then he's going to go for the Volt Switch on my substitute. I mean, I guess he could have Gyro Ball, but then I would have substituted again, predicting him to predict me to disable and Volt Switch. So I guess in the end I would have just come out on top with the substitute anyways, as he Volt Switches into the Porygon 2. I know this Sludge Bomb will not do anything to this Porygon 2, but I really do not want to waste my substitute, so I'm going to go for it. I get off a decent, like maybe 10-15%, and above that I actually get the 30% Poison Hacks, which you're going to see really does not matter at all throughout this whole battle, and is going to break my substitute with the Thunderbolt. And at this point I'm going to predict him to go for the Ice Beam, predicting me to go for the Disable. So I'm going to bring in my Kieran Black, but he makes a very good play, predicts me to switch out, and he's going to go for the Toxic as he catches my incoming Kieran Black, which to be honest really isn't too bad of a play, just because as long as he has that Fortress around, I know my Kieran Black will literally not be doing anything in this battle. So I'm just going to go for the safe Dragon Claw, knowing that he most likely is going to bring in the Fortress, but I really don't want to lock myself into Outrage and allow him to spin away my Sticky Web, as it turns out that he has the Rocky Helmet. So if I stay in, I lose my Sticky Web, and I'm just going to be losing a ton of HP on my Kieran Black. So I'm just going to switch into my Gengar, predicting him to go for the safe Rapid Spin. Luckily for me, he did not go for the Gyro Ball, because this turn I'm going to predict him to stay in, and I'm just going to go straight for my Shadow Ball to get off a huge hit, because I want to get rid of this Fortress to prevent him from getting rid of my Sticky Web, as he clean knocks me out with the Gyro Ball. To be honest, I was kind of surprised about this, but Fortress is very slow and Gengar really isn't the most bulkiest thing. As I bring in my Bisharp, I go for the Iron Hit, as he actually lives. Unfortunately, I flinch him. Now, you're going to see that this really does not matter, because at this point in the battle, my Sticky Web being up really isn't at all crucial, because even if he spun away my Sticky Web, the battle still would have played out the same, and you're going to see just exactly what I mean. So I knock out the Fortress with the Sucker Punch, as he is going to bring in the Porygon 2, as I make a really dumb play. I do have Substitute on this Bisharp, and I'm really positive that Porygon 2 wouldn't be able to break my Substitute with any one hit, and I should have stayed in and substituted, but I switched into my Terrakion. I don't really know why, but I mean, I get a free switch into it because he does end up going for the recover, and I'm thinking that this stab, super effective close combat, will easily knock out this Porygon 2. No, it lives on like 1% HP, and then he's going to knock me out with the Thunderbolt. Terrakion, I don't know what your problem is, man, but you gotta lift some more weights. You gotta knock these Pokemon out, and he's going to end up fainting to the Toxic. Now, I could have just brought in Kieran Black and knocked him out with the Dragon Claw, so yeah, the poison doesn't matter at all, as I said. And he's gonna bring in the Darmanitan, which is gonna be faster than my Kieran Black, because he is Scarfed, he is most likely Jolly, and my Kieran Black is Adamant, so he's just gonna knock me out with the Flare Blitz, which is really nice because now I get that extra bit of recoil damage on him. As I bring in my Bisharp, I'm hoping he's gonna stay in and go for the offensive play. As I go for the Sucker Punch, he lives on 1%, and he's gonna knock me out with the Flare Blitz. If I had Life Orb, I would have knocked out this Darmanitan. Unfortunately, I do not. I do have leftovers, but it is going to be a double down. And at this point, my last Pokemon is my Scarf Genesect, and his last Pokemon is the Salamence, which means if his Salamence is Scarfed, he can outspeed me and knock me out with the Fire Blast. But it turns out that I'm faster, but he has the Yache Berry, but because I got the +1 in my special attack, I'm able to knock out the Salamence, and that's going to be the narrow 1-0 victory in my favor. So yeah, that was definitely a really fun, good, intense battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to see more content. If you missed my 2 previous uploads, those are playing on your screen right now. They should have annotations on them. Feel free to go check them out if you haven't watched them yet. And with that, guys, I will hopefully be uploading within the next day or so. And yeah, I will be seeing all of you guys soon. So later, everybody.